Cornelia Meyer is an oil and energy analyst. She joins us now live from London. Cornelia, what reasons other than focusing on liquefied gas production do you think Qatar has for leaving OPEC? How can not being part of OPEC help it with its natural gas production?
Well, I don't think it directly helps it with its natural gas production, but you know, it's such a minor producer. It's from the bottom number 6 out of 15 countries. It only produces 600,000 barrels a day. Compare that to Saudi, which is close to 11 million barrels a day. So it's a minor producer. It doesn't have voice. So focusing its attentions, and you know, especially the executive time. Executive time is a scarce resource. Focusing that on gas is perfectly valid.
As far as OPEC is concerned, who's in charge of the world's oil markets right now? Is it OPEC or is it Russia, the US and China?
Well, no, look, China is a consumer. So there's always, oil markets always depend on consumers and producers. But it is OPEC produces 32 million barrels a day. And then Russia is obviously important. It produces about 11 million barrels a day. But Russia and 9 of its friends have actually joined OPEC in this thing called OPEC Plus. So those are certainly very important things. But then you should not forget America has become very important. The US produces 16.5 million barrels a day. They have become, this year, the largest producer of crude oil in the world.
And they're not in OPEC. Is OPEC relevant anymore? Is OPEC going to start losing other members?
No, I mean, OPEC always loses members and gains members. I think Indonesia, in the time I've been following OPEC and going to every OPEC meeting for about 15 years. I think since then Indonesia has left and joined about 3 times. So this is not the first time. But you know, this alliance between OPEC and the 10 non-OPEC countries, this OPEC Plus, is actually very important, and they're there to balance the oil markets. Let's not forget the US is different because the US has all the companies, there's no state-owned oil company, so you are not allowed to have a thing like spare capacity, which Saudi is allowed to have. Russia has some. So in that sense, this OPEC Plus is very important because it has the spare capacity, which has the buffer to take barrels out or also unleash barrels onto the market when markets become lopsided.
So, given what you're saying about the US becoming more and more powerful as far as an oil producer, given Russia's power as well, can OPEC still set the oil price? And with Qatar, I know it doesn't produce that much oil compared to the others you were talking about, but does Qatar have to fall in line as far as the price that it's selling its oil is concerned with other OPEC members?
Well, oil is a globally traded commodity. Everybody has to fall in line. And nobody really makes the price. But, you know, fine, the US produces 16 million barrels, and some of them are exported. But OPEC still produces 32 million barrels a day. Plus, then you have Russia on top of that, so that makes it, together, they're about 45 million barrels a day. About half the oil production is in OPEC Plus. So, yes, OPEC and OPEC Plus certainly do matter.
Cornelia, it's always good to talk to you. Many thanks indeed. Cornelia Meyer there in a very rainy London by the looks of it.
Thank you.